Okay, so we're going to have a look at some questions from the 2020 HSC Standard 2 Maths paper. So we're going to do the multiple choice, so I'll have a look at question 1. Let's change colour. So which of the following could represent the graph y equals minus x squared plus 1? Okay, so minus x squared, this means it's a downwards parabola. It's a frowning face because the term in front of the x squared is negative. Plus 1 means it's moved up by 1. So it's a downwards pointing parabola moved up by 1. The only one of these four that's even close is C, and C is going to be the correct answer. Now question 2. What is 0.002073 expressed in standard form with two significant figures? Okay, so we're saying number of numbers that are not zeros or zeros in between other numbers. So two significant figures, none of these zeros count. 0, and then we have to round. So this will be 0.0021, and this will be to two significant figures. And so of the possible answers here, if we were to convert this to scientific notation, the point needs to move 3 places. So this would be 2.1 times 10 to the minus 3. So this is going to be D. And D is in fact the answer. So now let's have a look at questions 3, 4 and 5. So question 3, the distance between Bricktown and Koala Creek is 75 kilometers. A person travels from Bricktown to Koala Creek at an average speed of 50 kilometers an hour. How long does it take the person to complete the journey? Okay, so the distance is 75 kilometers. The speed is 50 kilometers per hour. If you're trying to work out the time is distance divided by speed. Distance is 75, speed is 50, so this gives us 1.5, and this is 1.5 hours. So how long does it take? 1 hour and 30 minutes, which is C. So this is the answer to question 3. Now, question 4. We have Joan invests $200. She earns interest at 3% per annum, compounded monthly. What is the future value for investment after 1.5 years? Okay, so we're going to use compound interest. This is A equals P times 1 plus R to the power of N. Now we're told the interest rate, R, is 3% per annum compounded monthly. So that means it's 3%, 0.03, divided by 12. Because it's the equivalent, the monthly equivalent of 3% a year per month. And the number of periods in this case is 1.5 years, but it's monthly. So we've got to multiply that by 12. 1.5 times 12, that is 18. And of course the principal is the 200. So we get A is 200 times 1 plus 0.03 divided by 12 to the power of 18. And you could simplify 0.03 divided by 12. I'm just going to leave it as is because we can put it all into the calculator either way. It's not really going to matter. The answer's going to end up the same either way. So 0.03 over 12. That is 209.1938. 209.1938 ... So what is the future value? Well, it's going to be $209.19 because this is dollars and cents, and that is B. So B is the answer to question 4. Now the last question that we'll have a look at in this set is question 5. A plant stem is measured to be 16 centimeters correct to 1 decimal place. What is the percentage error in the measurement? Okay, so when we're looking at percentage error, we need to think about calculating how far from the correct value the measured value could be. So if we have 16 correct to one decimal place, this means it could, in theory, have been 15.91. Sorry, 15.95, because this would round up to 16.0. Similarly, on the lower bound, it could have been 16.049 ... because this would round down to 16.0. So the maximum difference from 16 is 0.05. So what is the percentage error? Well, the maximum percentage error is 0.05 divided by the measurement, which is 16. So 0.05 divided by 16. This gives me, now we have to be careful here, in scientific notation, 3.125 times 10 to the minus 3. Now 1, 2, 3, 0.00325. So this is 0.3125%. So the answer is not C, the answer is A, which is 0.3125%. And this is what that percentage is as a decimal. And this is the answer that we're after.